Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Captain Shaq here. Welcome back to Star Point Gemini Warlords. Now, I promised a video on where the modding community is at with this title, and here it is. So the mods that we're gonna be looking at, we're gonna look at two of them. Now, the modding community for this one isn't massive. There aren't a ton of mods out right now, but there are a few ship packs, and there's a couple of gameplay mods that I found fairly interesting. One of them that I'm gonna be recommending that I'm actually using in my own campaign that I've been playing, off video, testing out the game. Is going to be the Worthwhile Resource Gathering, which I'm going to show you. And then the next mod, which I'm sure you saw from the thumbnail, is the Star Wars Warlords of Gemini mod. So let me go ahead, load up the Imperial save here, and I'll show you guys what you get in this. So obviously it's a bunch of Star Wars tech. You get a bunch of Star Wars ships like Star Destroyers and a couple of their frigate classes and cruiser classes. But there she is. I'm already loaded up in a battleship class. At least it's battleship class, I believe, in this fairly expensive Star Destroyer, and we've got a couple of other Star Destroyers in the fleet with us. So if I just come about here, why are you guys in such a weird formation? There should be 3 Star Destroyers. Oh, there's the other one right there. Excellent. Let's kick on our engines. We can zoom in a bit. Now, not only does it give you the Star Wars ships, which actually look pretty awesome in this, but it gives you the proper weaponry for it, different types of turbo lasers, and you can actually see they're modeled on the ships. I mean, it's hard to see on that big battleship, but if we look at this other Star Destroyer that's passing by that I've built as like part of the fleet here. Actually, no, you can't see his turrets. I wonder why. Tell me they're properly equipped with weapons. Oh, I hope so. Let's go find out. I haven't used them in combat yet. I've used my own ships in combat in my campaign, but I haven't used these guys, so let's get into a proper fight. Attack this station. 4,000 fleet power. I don't know what is our strength right now. We are at Raven Armada 6,000. Should be able to take that. Let's do it. Prepare to jump. No. We are attacking this station. Oh, I just ordered the fleet to engage. The fleet should have just left me actually and gone off on their own. We're gonna join up with them. We'll follow them in. One of the things that I love about Star Point Gemini is there's no instancing going on here. You actually, if you see a fleet that you have in the universe, you'll actually see them in the world, which is one of the things that I believe in the early version it didn't have. So we're gonna jump in here. I'm gonna go ahead,
fire at will.
Tell the ship to fire at will as soon as it comes within range of the enemy position. I think I've got about 3-kilometer range on these weapons. So we shall see. Now, I've got heavy turbo weapons, I guess turrets on the sides, and then I've got like some medium ones on the top, and then toward the front I've got some actual flak ones, and then I ran out of cash after buying this entire fleet, which we're coming up to right now, and I actually couldn't afford to fill out all the slots, so you may see this like weird blue laser on the front. I'm just slightly faster than you guys. I don't really want to be. I don't want to get there first. I want you guys to get there first. Well, we'll drop out of hyperspace once we get in range, which we're actually getting pretty close. Where's the station that we're flying towards? I don't actually see it. There it is. All right, let's jump out of sublight. Let's let the fleet go first. They've jumped out as well.
Are picking up a hostile installation nearby.
I'll slow down and let them take point, so we don't just get blasted. You'd think this thing has a lot of health though, so I bet we'll be just fine. All right, so the fleet is built, but it's built using vanilla weapons right now. They're not actually using the turbo lasers that I'm using, which is a little weird. I wonder if we can change the design on them. I don't think we can. So there's a lot of quirks with this mod when it comes to the ships. One of them being, like the weapons aren't properly set up to use turbo lasers. The other one is there's no TIE fighters. And it's the strangest thing to me. There's a Star Trek mod, and it's got like Delta flyers, so you can get like the shuttlecraft and launch them out of your ships. But these ISDs don't have any TIE fighters yet. And you need them. I want to have a carrier. I want to operate one of these things like a carrier. These are Victory-class Star Destroyers. These are the biggest ships that you can get in there. I've also got a couple of escort vessels in the fleet. You can see there, kind of diving into the battle right now. Out of the 5 or 6 ships that come with this, let's get the nose down so we can get a good fire angle on this particular target. We can actually hit F11 and turn off our UI, except for our own shields, and watch our blasters go to town. So there are some cool ship packs. There's a Star Trek, it's not really a ship pack, it's just a bunch of different Star Trek ships that you can get. And the way the modding works in this is once you've subscribed to it on the workshop, you can go in and activate the mod that you want. Let's come about. Let them keep firing. You can activate the ones you want, and you can do this after you've already got a save going. It's my current campaign, I've decided to leave the, you can see the shields holding, the impacts coming in, pretty neat. And then the turbo laser's actually firing into it. So you can turn on mods as you want them. One of the ones that I'm running right now is actually one I highly recommend. It is the Worthwhile Resource Gathering. So what you do is you head into, we're gonna bail on this fight. Let's get out of here. Later, guys. I'm leaving. I'm sure you've got this well under control. Where is the fleet? Oh, they're down there shooting up some poor bastard. You've got this, fellas. And I can just totally leave them here and let them fight this out. Fleet power of 3,700 versus 7,700. Yeah, we'll be fine. They'll win that. This is just my test save anyway, so we'll run over here. The problem that I have in the base game when you're trying to gather resources, because you've got your 3 resources, your ore coming in from the asteroid fields, you've got your gas coming in from the nebulas, there's a nice nebula half surrounding the planet, and then your material coming from your salvage operation, which we've got a nice salvage field right here. The problem is these tick over every, well, you can see there's a percentage there at the bottom of the information about the gas harvesting that we're doing. You can see how slow that's going. And I'll get 413 in maybe 2 minutes. And that doesn't seem like a lot of time, but it actually takes a while to collect stuff. Now, if you wanted to say, go out and you wanted to be a miner and you wanted to play the economy that way, getting out here and doing the mining yourself in the vanilla game is just worthless, it seems. You don't get much. For every asteroid you take out, even using the proper mining equipment, even with the perks, is kind of meh. It's not that great. It's not worthwhile. You'd rather just sit and send out your civilian fleets like this, send fleet to do these little like side missions to get your resources, and even then the resource gain isn't that great at the beginning. It really slows things down. This mod makes it so when I use the proper borehole torpedoes, which you can buy at the space station, and do mining myself, watch on the left-hand side. I just knocked out like, what is that, 6 or 7 asteroids, and just collected 60 asteroid material. Okay, 60 ore. Now, if I would have done that in the base game, it would have been terrible. I wouldn't have gotten really anything for it. And he's also buffed up the skills, the passives that you can pick up to increase the amount that you get. So if you want to make a mining character with a big cargo hold, you can do that and you'll get more out of it. It actually gives you an option. Like that'll probably be another, 70? When I was doing this on my main campaign, where I actually have points put into mining as a skill, as one of my perks, I was getting easily 150, 200 plus for every torpedo launched, which is pretty good. I mean, after just a little while, you're gonna get a decent amount of ore out of that, or a decent amount of salvage, because you can use those board torpedoes on the salvage field as well.
Sublight.
So that's one of those like just quality of life mods that I highly recommend. Now, if you're using the Star Wars mod, the mod developer has said it's not totally balanced. Some of these ships have more weapons, I guess, that they should have. He's still working on the balance for it. He's also working on adding more ships, because like I said, there's no TIE fighters, which is just blasphemy. What the hell? You gotta have TIEs, and like TIE interceptors and maybe some TIE bombers. That'd be really cool. All right, so let's go and look at what we can build. If we hit M and we look at the Concordia shipyard, build ships,
fleets have finished their task.
you can see the cost of what you've got here. We've got the gunships, the interceptor, which once I dock up, I'll be able to show you guys what the models actually look like a little bit easier. You can build the like mini interdictors and then the Victory class. There's only like 4 or 5 different ships that you can build here. You can command all these ships, of course. You can fly them
Setting
yourself.
course. HQ reports one of our fleets have returned.
How's that battle going? Did you guys win that? Oh, you totally won that. Excellent. Well done. I'm gonna send you guys after the relay satellite. Can I do that? No, I have to do that myself. Damn. Go, attack an outpost. One of the big strengths of this game, I'm hoping, is that we're gonna have lots of ship packs. that you can really flesh out your universe with, and maybe even different station packs. Like the modding community isn't huge right now, but it did just finally release, and I'm really enjoying playing through it. Oh yeah, if you want to join up, sure, fine. It's one of our warlords join us. Welcome aboard, War Master. Let's go into the garage. No, we want to go into the shipyard, and we can buy ships. Now there is a standalone Millennium Falcon. I haven't actually tested this. We'll go ahead and purchase it to the garage just so we can take a look at what that looks like. But what I really wanted to show, and what I wanted to mess around with, was, let's sell this thing, we don't need this, was what do we have in the way of, let's close that, shipyard, what we can buy. So, we get the Interceptor, which is the very first gunship you can get. It's very tiny. I know it looks kind of large here. It's very tiny. You know, we can just purchase that to the garage as well. We can look at the customization system for it. Let's go back. Shipyard. We've also got, in this mod pack, if I scroll down here, the Pursuit Frigate, which kind of looks neat, like a mini ISD, with its 2 shield generators on the top. You've got this Star Frigate, a little bit bigger. I was using this. It's kind of like a Picket anti-fighter ship. It's very strange when you mount turrets on top of it because they are like on these platforms that attach to the sides. And then you've got your Victory class Star Destroyer, and I think lastly you've got, I haven't tested out the Star Trek ones, but they're totally installed right now. I will be testing those out next. I have to actually get a campaign going and build them. It takes a while to build these ships for testing purposes. Let's go into the garage, and I can switch over to the Interceptor, transfer command over, transfer, and we can go to customize and see what the actual model looks like. So the models aren't half bad. I mean, they're not the most detailed in the world, especially in the world of Star Wars mods, but they look pretty decent. If you've never used the customization system in this game, I've been wrapping my head around it. It's actually kind of cool. We can switch this over to like, let's see, let's go dark, and let's pick a sweet skull. Why don't we do blending? There we go. You can totally paint all kinds of stuff onto your ship. So if you want like this big skull on your ship that you're flying around with, you can do that. You can rotate and rearrange these. You can even, they've got like camo patterns in here if we switch over to it. Different random camo patterns that you can attach. Let's see, edit bottom, there we go. So if I want like this hexagon grid pattern on it, I can. We can hit apply. And if we go to equipment, we can take a look at some of the weapon systems that you've got. And I've already bought a bunch of them. If we run through here, there are a variety of different turbo lasers. For the most part, they seem to use the same sound effect, except for a couple, like the flat cannon, I think the quad lasers. But they do have like the heavy turbo lasers that you would see on a Star Destroyer, which I've got mounted on there. You've got your light turbo lasers. If you can't afford them, they do vary in price. Hopefully they are balanced to the other weapons. And they're all plasma cannon weaponry. So I believe the skills that go along with plasma cannons will go along with these. So let's go ahead and load these up. Let's mount some weapons to it. Sure, we'll mount a variety on there, and let's configure turrets and get the maximum amount of turrets installed. So configure turrets by maximum. There's 6 weapons on this. That's pretty good, I think. I don't have any super weapons on here. Ion cannon, sure, mount that up. I don't think there are any super weapons currently modded in from the mod, unless ion cannon is one of them, but I don't believe so. And we can go ahead and leave the dock and take a look at this new ship that I've painted up with my skull on it. Actually, that skull came out pretty well. That looks kind of cool. Now, if we rotate this, there we go. You can hear like the point defense one going off, the tiny laser, and then you've got these ridiculous cannons because they're not meant for this ship. And I've had to mess with this a few times in the ships that I've built. They don't really match up perfectly. These cannons obviously were meant for a larger ship, but they are attached in some way. They just look a little ridiculous. And that skull kind of looks a little ridiculous on the texture, so let's just jump back here.
Engaging sublight.
Dock up and swap that out. Dock it up. Look at the cannons. Oh, it's just too much. Oh, we didn't actually check out the Millennium Falcon. We'll check that out in a second. It's actually part of a different mod. Let's switch over. Transfer command. And no, you know what? We'll look it up. We'll check it out. Here's the Millennium Falcon. The model so far looks pretty good. Oh, look at this thing. Does she already come with weapons equipped? No, she's got the mining laser installed. Sad times. I'd have to put like the Imperial weapons on for it. But we'll fly it in. That's as far zoomed in as I can get now. There we go. We can switch the different... There we go. That's a little bit better if you're gonna fly something that's as maneuverable as the Falcon. And I definitely want to upgrade the engines on this to get a little bit more maneuverability out of it, but not bad. Yeah, I really do think that this title could have a lot of cool ship packs and maybe even station packs to expand what you can do in it. And hopefully the developers will keep adding content to it, because I am definitely digging this simplistic version of it's an RPG, almost RTS 4X game. I don't even know what you'd call this genre. Definitely like the space sim genre. E for mining laser. Our Star Destroyer. We're gonna go back into our Star Destroyer, and we're gonna go help the fleet engage the enemy, but we're gonna have to make a little bit of cash back because I kind of used up all my money buying random ships. We're gonna sell this picket cruiser, and we're gonna sell the Falcon, even though it's only worth like 300. That should allow us to buy some new gear real quick. We're gonna buy some T drives to make our way under equipment, make our way down to where the fleet is engaging. Because I believe they're getting their asses kicked right now because enemy reinforcements have actually arrived. Let's go ahead and get back into space.
May we see each other soon.
Enemy reinforcements had arrived down there. Oh no, they're doing pretty good at the moment. But there is an enemy fleet out there. We'll go and reinforce them though and help them take that station. The same station that we started the episode off, they're actually still fighting over that. Now I don't have my, I do have my T-drives equipped. Excellent. T-drives will let you fast travel. For every circle here is one T-drive. So it's not like an unlimited fast travel, but it does keep you from having to slow boat everywhere. I love these things. So we're gonna join the battle. We're gonna show up just slightly outside it. Right click, engage engines, jump to hyperspace. Now, I tried to do this off camera just a second ago. I'm gonna cut that bit where I tried to do this very thing in the like picket ship, the smaller one, and that's what happened to me. I had high radiation detected. Now that only did a little bit of damage. Ow, look at our health drop. Where are we? We dropped off pretty fast, pretty close. We're starting to take hull damage right now, and I'm not really sure why. It looks like, yeah, it says we have radiation, receiving radiation damage. I don't know where we're at, but apparently it's not good. Oh, there's the friendly fleet above us. Friendly ships come up as yellow. We're gonna go ahead and tell all hands, open fire as soon as they have a target. And let's drop out a sublight, get the weapons in range and engage. Slow us down a bit. Let's put some of our engine, or our power into weaponry and continue to rotate and win this battle. Zone captured, there we go. Once I showed up, they won. And we just destroyed our reputation with these guys. Now, we did see a fleet moving about. They've got a carrier, a cruiser, and 2 frigates. I'm gonna order, and I can name all these ships and these fleets, by the way. I'm gonna order the Raven Armada managed ships. We're gonna call you, this is all the ships left in the first fleet? Oh, that's terrible. We're gonna call you the first fleet. And we're gonna have you join up with us. So you should be linked with us now. And then if I right click,
engage sublight.
We'll engage sublight. And we're gonna go engage the fleet, the Yelkin. They've got a carrier, a cruiser, and a frigate, and I've not engaged a carrier
Sensors are
yet.
reading high radiation around us.
There are, see, we're getting through another radiation zone, and I don't have, all right, this is starting to deal damage. Let's do a T-drive jump. Let's just get out of here. It must be that area of space is just heavily irradiated or something. We're still being irradiated. We're still losing health. I don't have onboard ship repair systems.
Engaging sublight.
This could be a problem for us. Can we like throw all power to shields? Will that stop the radiation damage? Oh, it doesn't seem like it. We have no more fast traveling capabilities. How far are we out from the enemy fleet? They're heading toward us. We're still taking hull damage. Go into combat mode. Yeah, I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why we're taking that radiation damage. We may actually just explode from that. That's not good. That's not good.
All systems failing.
Yeah, I know. We're starting to smoke. Ship subsystems are failing. We're gonna blow up from just existing here. We're not even gonna see the enemy carrier. Come on, a little bit farther. You're almost there, and hopefully almost out of, let's go into full speed. All power to engines. If we're gonna die, it's going to be fighting something. Enemy fleet should be dead ahead. There they are. How is its hull? Is
We're
it taking hull
entering
damage?
enemy territory.
Drop out of sublight and engage. Alright, let's neutralize our power output. We're gonna die just from the, oh no! And we died. We died from radiation damage over time. I have no idea what that was. That sucks. Alright guys, that is Star Point Gemini Warlords. It's got a few mods on there, but hopefully the modding community really does get expanded. I'm happy to cover this because I'm enjoying the title. Once you get started, it's a lot of fun, and I highly recommend just playing the sandbox mode. It's great. I may try to revisit the campaign at some point just to see what it's like, but I know a lot of people that I've talked to so far have said, yeah, check. It's where it's at is the sandbox. That's what this game was designed around, so. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel for more sci-fi modding, gaming goodness, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Later, everybody.